The internet is currently in complete turmoil over what may be the most stunning development in hip-hop and love history, and the drama is undoubtedly reaching a fever pitch. The reports that are emerging regarding Yandy Smith and Mendeecees Harris are absolutely devastating, therefore you should immediately cease whatever you are doing. From long prison terms to fierce family disputes and all in between, we have witnessed this powerful couple withstand storms that would have shattered anybody else. However, rumors have it that the flame has officially gone out. Imagine the fandom's collective gasp as rumors start to spread that Yandy and Mendeecees are formally divorcing. But hold on, it becomes even more intimate and profound than anyone could have predicted. There is more to the rumors than a straightforward argument or relocation to a new city. They revolve on a shocking discovery that has stunned supporters. According to sources, these two haven't been intimate for a full year, and the truth finally came out during an unvarnished confrontation. Are you even able to comprehend that? Living together, raising a family, and presenting a united front to the outside world. They have supposedly become complete strangers behind closed doors. It is reported that the tension is so thick that a knife could cut through it. Furthermore, the whisper implies that Yandy's demise was ultimately caused by Mendeecees' most recent attempt at reconciliation in a corn maze. Is the Harris empire as we know it coming to an end? Are the rumors that they have been sharing a bed but leading different lifestyles accurate? The evidence is growing, blogs are burning, and people are talking in the streets. In order to determine whether Yandy has finally reached her breaking point and whether Mendeecees' perplexing appeal for friendship is really a front for a marriage that has already collapsed, we are delving deeply into these shocking reports. Keep an eye out because this tea is quite hot, and the information that will soon be revealed will completely alter your perception of lhhat's favorite couple. The rumors circulating about Yandy and Mendeecees have shocked the reality TV industry as a whole, and the information that has come to light is more dramatic than anything we have ever seen on screen. Fans noticed a change in their social media energy, and that's when it all began. However, nothing could have prepared the public for the shocking allegations that are currently circulating. Rumor has it that the quarrel stems from a deep-seated sense of betrayal and neglect, and that the tension behind closed doors has reached a boiling point. The pair has been putting on a brave front for the cameras while their private lives was falling apart, according to a number of insiders and entertainment bloggers. The most startling aspect of these claims is the assertion that they have become roommates who hardly notice each other after the lights go off, instead of a passionate married couple. There are rumors circulating that Yandy has been bearing the relationship's burden for far too long, and that her emotional weariness is finally becoming apparent. According to the accounts, every time they attempt to have a meaningful talk, it devolves into a never-ending dispute in which nobody feels heard. Mendeecees has reportedly been looking for ways to close the gap, but sources characterize his strategies as perplexing and even deceptive. Stories about how Yandy was taken aback by his abrupt want to return to being friends, as if the years of marriage and shared history could just be erased, are circulating in the gossip mills. Fans are analyzing every frame of their recent exchanges in search of hints after making a straightforward request, and many think that Yandy's facial expressions convey a tale of intense hurt and bitterness. When rumors surfaced of a heated conversation that happened off camera in which Yandy allegedly told him that she felt abandoned and vulnerable in her own house, the drama grew more intense. These testimonies depict a picture of a woman who has given her all only to encounter a cold and aloof partner who cares more about his own mental space than the purity of their union. The hip-hop community's responses to the news have been mixed, with some taking sides and others not. Wishing for a reconciliation, which is becoming less and less likely. According to reports, the couple's friends are concerned that this could be the start of a long-term split rather than simply another brief difficult period. Every action they do is being examined under a metaphorical microscope because the rumors have become so loud. People are wondering if the relocation to the south was intended to be a new beginning or if it was merely a last-ditch effort to avoid the issues that were already plaguing them from the north. It was impossible to ignore the quiet that had developed between them, according to the accounts, because the move to a new setting simply served to reveal the fissures in their foundation. According to the story, they were drifting farther apart into their own distinct worlds even though they were meant to be starting a new life together. The rumors about how they kept this a secret for so long and how they were able to present a united front to the public kept spreading. Even if the intimacy had supposedly disappeared more than a year ago, this particular tidbit has gone viral on the internet because it implies a degree of discipline and possibly even dishonesty that fans find difficult to reconcile with a couple they believe to be acquainted. The emphasis has switched to Yandy's emotional state as the news keep flooding the timeline, with many commending her for her fortitude. Others question how much more she can handle before permanently leaving. Marriage has become a topic of discussion for both relationship professionals and fans, who are all attempting to determine what went wrong. According to the most recent rumors, Yandy had a real epiphany when she realized that the man she was married to was no longer the man in front of her, rather than the confrontation in the corn maze being merely a performance for television. According to the sources, she was searching for a husband, but after everything they had been through together, his friendship seemed like a smack in the face and a downgrade. Both sides are allegedly asking their inner circles for advice on what to do next, creating an extremely stressful environment. According to accounts, the extended family is also experiencing the effects of this alleged rift, thus the drama is not limited to just the two of them. According to sources, the strain has permeated family get-togethers, making things uncomfortable for all parties as they attempt to deal with the consequences of a marriage that seems to be on life support. The public is eagerly anticipating any official statement. However, as of right now, the only information feeding the fire comes from rumors and stories. Many people can relate to the story of the neglected wife and the distant husband, and the community is supporting Yandy as she works through this terrible issue. In the meanwhile, these allegations present Mendeecees in a less positive light, with detractors claiming that he was emotionally distant and did not intervene when his wife most needed him. According to the allegations, he has been living in his own world, believing that he can just turn back time whenever things become challenging without taking the necessary steps to address the underlying problems. Some people claim to know exactly what was said during their private times of dispute, which makes the level of detail in these tales astounding. Yandy reportedly told him straight out that his plea to start over was a day late and $1 short, and that he had lost how to be her friend long before he made the request. The emotional stakes are quite high, and the studies suggest that the consequences of this predicament may have long-term effects on their public personas and careers. Every day, new levels of drama are added to the story of Yandy and Mendeecees as the world watches. The primary concern is still whether they can reconcile or whether the rumors that they are no longer together are the ultimate reality that everyone must acknowledge. People are asking how a marriage can last such a lengthy time of mental and physical distance, and their lack of intimacy for more than a year has become the main topic of conversation. According to the accounts, Yandy's realization that she should have received more was sparked by this revelation. According to the story, she has been grieving the loss of her marriage while she was still married, and the sadness has finally been too much for her to handle. The questions only increase and the need for answers intensifies as the reports keep making the rounds. Because Yandy and Mendeecees have been such mainstays of the culture for so long, the community has a strong stake in how this supposed fight turns out. Many people find it hard to accept the idea of them being apart. However, it is becoming increasingly difficult to imagine a joyful ending in light of the facts that are emerging. Their alleged death serves as a warning about what occurs when a partner's needs are neglected for an extended period of time and communication breaks down. According to the sources, Yandy is now concentrating on her own recovery and her kids. Her marriage's future is in jeopardy, though. This report is going viral because of the unpredictability of the scenario. Everyone wants to know if their relationship has finally come to an end or if there is still hope. According to the sources, the public has just seen the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the actual depth of their battle, and there are still more explosive disclosures to come. Yandy and Mendeecees are under more pressure than ever to respond to these reports as the news cycle progresses. However, it is said that they are both still concentrated on negotiating the emotional maze of their current circumstances. The story is far from finished, and the next chapter is anticipated to be even more dramatic as the truth behind these reports starts to come to light, so that everyone can see that, according to insiders, the situation has reportedly gotten worse to the point where there is no turning back. These most recent claims claim that both parties avoided making eye contact in the hallways of their shared mansion, causing the mood in their home to become cold. There are rumors circulating among those close to the project that the cameras caught unpleasant and raw moments, leaving the team unsure of where to look. According to the allegations, Mendeecees has been claiming to be focused on business while spending an increasing amount of time away from home. Rumor has it that he is merely attempting to get away from the oppressive quiet that awaits him at home. According to the blogs, Yandy has been looking to her clothing for solace. After long days of filming, the circle of girlfriends frequently appear emotionally spent and exhausted. The story that emerges is that, even though she is married, she still feels like a single mother. According to the sources, this realization struck her like a ton of bricks. Fans are pointing to recent videos where Yandy's smile doesn't seem to reach her eyes during a recent family gathering where everyone in the room could see how far apart they were. There is also conjecture that she is grieving the loss of the love she believed to be unbreakable. The community is questioning how any man or woman could withstand that kind of solitude while still being legally wedded to another person, as the reports continue to underline the startling assertion that their physical connection ended more than a year ago. According to some stories, Mendeecees attempted to use his mental health issues as an excuse for his lack of compassion. The word is that Yandy didn't see this as a true explanation, but rather as a handy pretext. According to the claims, Yandy allegedly warned him in a private discussion that a true partner would have battled to keep in touch during difficult times and that his mental condition was not a justification for ignoring her demands. The focus has shifted to the possible legal dispute that can arise if they choose to formally file for divorce as the rumors of their split become more widespread. According to insiders, both parties are allegedly ensuring that their interests are safeguarded, and the assets and commercial endeavors they develop together are now a major source of conflict. Despite the fact that the public is already absorbing every detail, the rumors indicate that Yandy is especially worried about the effect on their kids and is making every effort to keep the drama away from them. According to the accounts, the tension escalated when Mendeecees suggested a trial separation, which Yandy allegedly saw as just another tactic for him to avoid taking accountability for their marriage's current state. According to sources, she informed him that since they were already leading different lifestyles, a trial separation would only be formal. Social media activity, where fans are scrutinizing every music selection and caption for a hidden message, is fueling the tension. According to the sources, Yandy's latest posts on independence and self-love are interpreted as a direct indication that she is getting ready to live without him. However, these news reports assert that Mendeecees' cryptic remarks about friendship and progress are a desperate attempt to control the narrative and give the impression that he is the one attempting to mature. Every friend and family member appears to be under pressure to choose a side in this civil war due to the heightened scrutiny. According to the allegations, Mama D and other cast members have also voiced their opinions behind the scenes. While some have offered support, others have fueled the fire with their own views on the marriage. According to the rumors, there is also a great deal of animosity between the families, with the Harris and Smith camps allegedly fighting about who is ultimately responsible for the collapse. According to the sources, Mendeecees believes that Yandy has been watching him for years and that he is incapable of doing anything well. The stories depict two people who are fundamentally at odds with Mendeecees' wants and expectations, despite Yandy's perception that she has been the only one working to keep the family together. Yandy desires passion and collaboration, yet she craves harmony and companionship. Reports that Yandy has already begun looking for a new dwelling of her own away from the memories of their shared house are supporting the rumors that they are officially finished. This action is interpreted as the final indication that she has given up on trying to mend what she feels is irreparably damaged. According to the sources, she made this choice after realizing that she was losing herself attempting to save a man who refused to be saved. The Cornmeck episode is still portrayed in the papers as the point at which Yandy realized the reality of her predicament and the veil was lifted. According to sources, she believed that the plea for friendship was a means for him to keep her close without having to be a husband and that the photo montage was more of a show for the audience than a sincere declaration of love. According to the sources, Yandy is ready to start a new chapter in her life where she is the center of attention since she is sick of the games and manipulation. There is pressure for some sort of clarification as the Globe continues to respond to these stories. However, the couple's silence is just intensifying the rumors. The community is split. While some fans are already lamenting the end of the Harris era, others are holding out hope that this is merely a very long and challenging hard patch. According to reports, even more dramatic material is anticipated in the upcoming episode of the show, which could definitively validate the rumors. According to the sources, a significant blow-up occurred on a cast trip when their lack of intimacy was finally made public. According to sources, it was a chaotic scene with accusations flying from both sides as years of pent-up resentment finally erupted. According to the article, Yandy told Mendeecees that she could no longer defend his reputation at the expense of her own happiness after having a public breakdown. In the story being told, a lady finds her voice and defends herself, even if it meant leaving the person she believed to be her soulmate. There are still rumors that a breakup would have enormous financial ramifications and that attorneys are already working behind the scenes to determine how property should be divided. The drama is really never-ending. The world is waiting to see how this reality TV tragedy will ultimately conclude as the news of their formal breakup continues to dominate the headlines. According to the source, Yandy has already set fire to the friendship Mendeecees is requesting and there is no turning back. With new reports appearing every hour, the situation is still unstable. However, the recurring motif is that the love story that we have all been following for years is supposedly coming to a very public and depressing end. Claims that the gap has officially grown to the size of a gorge that no amount of reality TV magic can cross have escalated the reports to a fever pitch. Sources close to the family claim that the problem has progressed from verbal disputes to a stage of complete emotional estrangement. According to reports, Yandy has begun the process of completely severing her brand from Mendeecees because she believes that his current energy is detrimental to her development both personally and professionally. According to the article, Yandy told her closest advisors at a recent off-camera discussion that she can no longer be the supporting wife when she is receiving no help in return. The idea that Mendeecees' lack of intimacy for more than a year was actually a symptom of a far bigger secret that she has been harboring is going viral on gossip blogs. Although we are unable to verify these rumors, the reports suggest that Yandy discovered something that led her to conclude that the friendship request was merely an attempt to prevent her from learning more about his personal life. Reports that Yandy changed the locks or at the very least set a very rigid boundary about when and how Mendeecees can approach her personal space have shocked the community. According to insiders, the level of stress is so great that their kids have begun to inquire. Why do parents no longer spend time together in the same room? According to the accounts, there are invisible barriers dividing the household, and the only ways to communicate are through help or through the prism of a production schedule. By saying he only wants to remain friends, fans are speculating that Mendeecees is attempting to play the victim. Although Yandy is portrayed in these accounts as a tough lady who has finally had enough of the games, the drama intensified when rumors of a covert meeting between Yandy and a well-known Atlanta divorce lawyer emerged. The sources stated that the consultation lasted for hours and included everything from child custody to the rights of their joint media businesses, even though nothing has been formally filed. According to the narrative that these reports are promoting, Yandy is seeking a new beginning and a clean break so that she won't have to apologize for her husband's absence. According to reports, Mendeecees is attempting to re-establish his reputation as a reformed guy who is misinterpreted by his wife while also relying on his former pals. According to the story, he has been telling people that Yandy is too preoccupied with the cameras and public opinion to recognize the true work he is attempting to accomplish on himself. The accounts from Yandy's camp, however, paint a completely different picture of a lady who gave her best years to a man and received coldness and alienation in return. The fact that they haven't been spotted together at any significant industry events lately and that their social media interactions have completely stopped is fueling the rumors that they are officially over. According to the rumors, the reality of the situation is considerably more intense than any manufactured drama the show's production team could have made, so they are rushing to record the consequences. According to sources, Yandy is apparently ready to put everything on the line and reveal the truth about what has been going on behind closed doors for the past 12 months, thus the impending reunion is predicted to be a slaughter of accusations. According to the claims, she is fed up with defending his name and is prepared to expose the public to what it's like to be married to someone who is physically there but emotionally distant. The story's narrative keeps emphasizing that the year-long lack of intimacy was the last straw that broke the camel's back since it showed Yandy that they were just two people sharing a mortgage and no longer a unit. Reactions from other celebrities have begun to come in as word of their alleged breakup spreads, with many of them encouraging Yandy. According to the story, she is using her enterprises and career as a diversion from the heartache of a failed marriage. According to the account, by acknowledging that it might be over and that the burden she was carrying has finally been removed, she has discovered a new feeling of freedom. According to the sources, Mendeecees is still attempting to win back her favor, but it's being said that his attempts are insufficient and made too late. Every action they take is being closely observed by the public, and reports indicate that an official declaration of their split is imminent. Because Yandy and Mendeecees stood for a particular kind of resiliency for so long, the community is still quite disturbed by these revelations. Even the strongest relationships, however, can be strained until they break, according to the reports. According to the last reports, Yandy appears to be content with her choice and eager for a time when she will be able to get the kind of love she deserves. Although the story is far from ended, the accounts clearly depict a woman who has successfully navigated the maze of maze and emerged from the uncertainty to discover her own truth. As this chapter comes to a conclusion, the report implies that the Harris family as we know it is a thing of the past and that a new era of freedom has begun. For Yandy is only getting started. According to the reports, Yandy is prepared to accept whatever comes next, even if it means working alone, and the progress is even more substantial than the agony. The story of their alleged death will probably rank among the most talked about incidents in history. The world and history are waiting to find out the truth about Yandy and Mendeecees. The society is undoubtedly in shock at the reports about Yandy and Mendeecees, and everyone is wondering if this is really the last chapter for one of reality TV's most famous couples. We want to know exactly what you think about this evolving issue as the rumors of their year-long separation and this perplexing new appeal for friendship continue to dominate the media. Do you think this is just another dramatic obstacle that they will eventually overcome like they have so many times before, or do you trust the reports that they are officially over? The community is sharply divided on whether Mendeecees is being sincere or if Yandy has good reason to doubt his motives in light of everything they have gone through. The stakes have never been higher. Please share your thoughts about the claims of their lack of intimacy and whether you believe a marriage can truly endure that kind of emotional distance in the comments section below.